Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to another round of FEH Freebies, this time for March. And we have an interesting month ahead of us, where we really do need to save because we have a very stacked A Hero Rises banner on the horizon, at least as of now. By the time this goes up, of course, you've already seen the banner, but it has our dear professor on it, and we are going to be pulling on there. So we have to try and build up orbs in the meantime, so we've got to resist the temptation. And we are starting off with Tethys and Ewan's Battle banner, which fortunately is not a terribly tempting offering to open up the month. Not super amazing units. In fact, I'd be willing to say that Tethys is probably the best unit on the banner, despite being a 4-star, just because those easy merges and that support utility is still pretty good. I know she can run a good build with Tamari. I've actually considered trying to build Tethys as like a plus 10, but I think if I was going to go for like a debuff dancer, I'd probably want to just pull for Nils once he enters the 4-star special focus pool, which surprisingly he's not in there yet. I actually thought that he released before Byleth, but I guess he was like half a year afterwards. So probably in the next rotation of demoted units, Nils will make the jump. But for now, we would have to use Tethys if we want that, I guess. But she's still pretty cool, and I do like her. Actually, I like everyone on this banner. Sacred Stones was not my favorite game, but these three were all cool. Ewan was my favorite character in Sacred Stones, so we're gonna try and get a copy of him just because I like him. I spent an entire chapter just grinding him so that he could promote. It was miserable. And it looks like they translated the suffering that he had to endure there over to his kit here, because his kit did not age well. In fact, it did not age well when they released him, so it's still just bad. Hopefully he gets a good refine one day, but for now, Triangle Adept and Axe Breaker is still a thing, I guess. And then finally we have Garrick, who is probably the most useful unit to go for in terms of fodder, but Sudden Panic could be cool, I guess. That could be nifty if I want to build. I had ideas for like a Ninian build that used it, so that wouldn't be bad. Fire Sweep Axe could be interesting too, though I don't know who I would want to put that on, given that they don't release axe units that I care about. But so yeah, we're gonna go for Ewan, though Garrick wouldn't be a bad backup, and if there's neither of them, then I guess we would have gone for Tethys. But we got the one red. Let's try and get Ewan, a cool character from Sacred Stones, but instead we are just getting a Soleil. Another cool character, but not helpful. She heard us talking about that fire sweep that Garrick was carrying, and she got a little confused. She rushed over to help, and Soleil, we didn't need a fire sweep weapon. In fact, you didn't need a fire sweep weapon either. I'm sorry, sweetie, you still deserve better. Next up is Heroes with Soul, which is not terribly interesting, honestly. The fodder isn't bad from Nagi or Priam, who has Attack Def Ideal 4 and Rouse Speed Def 4. I think you'd probably want to take Rouse Speed Def 4 plus Null Follow-Up, but just not super exciting fodder combo, honestly. It's okay, but like I can't think of anyone who I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I've been waiting for my unit. Nagi has DC Special Fighter and Dragon Fowler. I already have one. Special Fighter is still solid, but I have some extra copies, and I feel like now most speedy armors that wanted Special Fighter are gonna go for Savvy Fighter instead. DC is still good, of course, but just solid, but not like I need this right now. And then Lucina, not great fodder, but honestly a merge for her might actually be more useful. We'll go for red just because I don't have it, but like kind of tempted to just go blue. We'll just take this one red and then we'll bounce. I don't need this bootleg Ike that badly. Also don't need bootleg Sigurd either. So, no thanks. For Grail's Devoted, I've had everyone on this banner, actually, now that I think about it. But I think we're going to go for Grail again. Well, green in general. We could get another dual rally that I could just throw on someone for arena scoring. Or we could get Grail for Guilt-Free Fury 4, because I feel like a lot of units that have Fury 4 also have some other skill that kind of limits who I can fodder them to. Like, it's only for infantry, or it's only for flyers, and so then if I want to put Fury 4 on a cavalry unit, I kind of can't. So we'll go green. I guess we can consider this pulling green. Maybe this is a test run for a Hero Rises. I hope we see more green orbs than that in a Hero Rises, but at least we got one, right? Oh, we got Grail! Cool! Nice! We got Big Papa Grail. Funny enough, not a Grail unit. Minus attack, so no guilt on the Fury 4. Oh, didn't I also put his axe on Camilla too, I think? But we'll probably just Fury 4 fodder to, like, Perry, maybe? Perry or Elliewood. He does have Armor March, but, like, there's no one that I really care about that wants that, and most armors would want a save skill, and I have extra Armor March fodder already, so I think we're just going to go and fodder him for Fury 4 on someone. Very nice pickup. I'll have to get 2,000 more feathers with him, but that's fine. Thank you for free Grail! Alright, this time we have 3 banners all at once. On this one, we're going to go for Sonya since she's the rarest. On this one, I think I'm going to go for Lind since I don't have her Tiki as backup. And on Weekly Revival 12, I could go either way between Brave Lucina or Julia, but I think I'll go with Julia because she would probably use the merge slightly better. So, on this one, well, no green. The other characters were Tharja and Maria. I don't really want either of them. I'm almost tempted to pull the blue, but I guess we'll go red for Tharja. I have seen some pretty bulky Tharjas in Arena before. But we just got an Elliewood, so I don't even have to think about building bulky Tharja. Next up, we will go blue, then red is back up. Well, alright. Come on, Tiki, I guess. Or a Fury fodder. I'd like a Fury fodder, actually. Oh, okay. Elliewood, really insistent on joining us. He's telling me to give him merges, but I haven't used him in a while. Oh, what was on this banner? I forgot. This one was the Julia Lucina one, I think, so we'll go green for Julia. There's no chance of Elliewood popping out of this one. Alright, 3 very uninteresting summons for 3 very uninteresting banners. Goodbye. For this year's Boring Bunny banner, we have the Hop and Go Seek new units. As usual, Easter is not my favorite seasonal banner, and this year doesn't interest me too much. The characters are fine, but like not ones that I'm desperate for. But at least the fodder is interesting. We have Sonya and Tharja, who have this new Speed Res Hold, a sort of upgrade to range skills, which only increases the range to 3 spaces over 2, which doesn't seem that important, but it can be kind of tricky to position with range skills sometimes if you've got a lot of units that all want to be around the enemy at once. So increasing that range actually is kind of nice. I'd love to have that on Morgan. And they also have attack speed unity that she could grab, and I guess chill def res that she would never use. But I would definitely be foddering them if we get them. We have Delthia, who has the dubious honor of being the first unit to take up 2 screens to show her skills during the banner trailer. That was rather amusing. But what she has doesn't interest me too much. I mean, Far Trace is great. Rouse attack speed 4, not bad, but like not something I'm drooling over. Neither is attack speed catch. They're both fine, but I'd really just want Far Trace. Honestly, I'd probably just use her just because she does seem pretty solid with this massive wall of text that I'm not going to bother reading. Also, I just like Delthia, but I've got regular Delthia, who has a better outfit than this, so don't need Bunny Delthia too badly. We have Maria, who's sharing with our duo unit, which is kind of surprising. It makes for a pretty stacked green lineup here. Similar, but not quite as good as the Green Dream that's coming up later this month. Her fodder, not quite as good, but she does have a rally, attack def push, and this new flow flight skill, which is a weird hybrid of a flow skill and a flight skill. I'm not sure why they're still pushing those flight skills that no one liked. Pegasus and Wyvern Flight came out and like no one used them because they were way too gimmicky, required you to jump through way too many hoops for way too little payoff. And this one seems better, at least, but I feel like that better aspect is coming from the flow side of things rather than the flight side of things. This one's weird. It hurts my head, but I think Sedith could maybe use it. I saw some people say Jill could use it. I think basically you need good speed and you need good defense, which is not a huge number of flying units. I know you can like make a meme speed Demon Altina with all of her speed stacked, and she has super high defense, so maybe she could use it, but I don't know. It's interesting. I'd put it on Sedith, and that's about it, I think. I can't think of anything else that I'd be too desperate for. Even Camilla, I think she'd rather have like guard bearing. But at least it's sharing with Sonya, so that's something. And then we have our demote Henry, who is just screaming, please fodder me, please end my existence. I don't like being dressed as a rabbit. Because that's all he's got. He's got this new bow, which is alright. He's got a dual rally, which is actually really good. Rally def res is pretty solid. And then he's got brazen attack def, which is sad. And attack def Ruzin. Yeah, he just wants to be foddered, I think. But we're gonna pull green. We're gonna free pull a green. We're not gonna free pull a green, guys. We're gonna free pull a blue, I guess. That's sad. I really did want that hold skill for Morgan, but like it's definitely not something I need to chase right now. Who knows? Well, maybe it'll show up on someone else in the near future, or if not, maybe we can go for it on double special heroes. As always, Spring Banner, just not nearly enough to go for. And by the way, I even dressed up as Bunny Boy Brandon once again this year. It seems that did not bring us luck. And now we have the revival for Book 5's Midpoint Banner. And I don't desperately need anything from here, but it does have some stuff that I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind getting Attack Speed Menace. Could be good on Byleth, though we would be wasting the distant counter. We could also put it on like my Plegian Chris. His axe doesn't benefit from the speed debuff on the foe, but he is a fast unit, so he could still use the speed stat swing, and the attack would still go towards his axe. And he could also use the distant counter, so that might even be a better option if we got her. And Zeke is color sharing with her, and he has some nice fodder. I actually have one already, and I was thinking about putting his Def Res Menace on Papa Garen. We would be wasting the Attack Def Catch 4 and the Lull skill, though, since Garen can't use Attack Def Catch due to being a infantry. And the Lull, he can use the Lull, but he'd probably prefer attack res lull a little bit. But since he is a dragon, the attack def lull still wouldn't be completely worthless, because lowering the enemy def could still help against like mages and stuff if they try and use a blade tome or something. But not the most optimal B slot, but it would still give him the def res menace. And it's not like I'm using Zeke at all. On red, we have Attack Res Rain and our dual flying and Rally Attack Def. Not terrible, but probably would just keep Paula, honestly. And Luthier, don't need him. He's a demo. So blue with red as our backup. Just going to toss the free summons at this. Don't need to hold desperately on this. Nothing that I need. Gotta save, but gonna pull these blues. Hope for... Oh, Sedith. Nice. Love you, Sedith. But gonna hope for, like, one of the 5 stars or, like, an Azura or something. Speaking of Sedith, though, I should look into getting him, like, Refresh or a flow skill or like a trace skill maybe. He does still work with guard bearing, but I have been gearing Camilla more as my defensive flyer, so wouldn't hurt to play Sedith more offense oriented. And so far just a Donal and Sedith, so not too exciting. Sully, somehow the quality of these pulls has decreased. We started off with Sedith, who was pretty cool, then we got Donal, and then we got Sully. Just bottom of the 3-star blues for me, like nowhere to go but up from here, I guess. Yeah, that is a slight improvement, but doesn't look like we're getting anything too exciting from these free pulls on this banner, unfortunately. One last blue. Prove me wrong. Our last free summon is... just Neliana, who I have plenty of copies of. So, disappointing blues, but that's fine. For this new power banner, I already have Mikoto and Gunthra, so I probably should go for Sue, since I don't have her. But with that said, I'd actually kind of like another Mikoto to merge, because mine has a HP flaw, I think, that I would like to get rid of. I really like the idea of using her with like infantry pulse, but she can't use that if she's got lower HP than everyone else. So I wouldn't mind picking up a merge for her. I think that's what I'm leaning towards. Gunthra still wouldn't be bad either, just since she's seasonal, but I already have her. So I kind of want to go for Mikoto. Got one colorless, and we couldn't go for Gunthra anyway, so it's fine. We will go for this colorless and get nothing. Not unexpected, but at least it's a death blow fodder, I guess. It could be worse. Could be worse. Could be a lot better, but alas. For the rerun of Willful Rabbits, I don't desperately need any of these. Though they're not bad. I could probably find a use for any of these. I think we're gonna go for Mer just since she's a duo and she is pretty tanky. Or I could also put Dragon's Ire on Papa Garen, I guess, though probably just keep her, honestly. Pretty solid unit. I still remember her Tempest Trial was a nightmare because she was just so tanky. And then we got Spring Severa, who is also pretty solid. She'd be my secondary pick. I've actually gotten to test a pretty well-invested Spring Severa because one of my friends on my friends list has her, and she kind of rocks, actually. I've been using her in rival domains. Very fun, actually. But yeah, our dual cavalry, I guess I could put on Xander, but I probably would just keep her. She's a pretty good unit. Little speed res is also pretty nice, but probably just keep Inigo. I could put G dual flying on Camilla, but probably keep again. Although Springy Bow, actually Springy Bow might be funny on Winter Ignatz, since it gives him attack and speed. And neutralizes his penalties, but I think I'm just gonna hope that they decide to put this in the common pool or something. Ignatz can't really use the rest of the fodder. I guess he could grab the Springy Bow and the Rally together, but he couldn't use the G-Duel or the Rain skill, unfortunately. And then finally we have Minerva. She has her Springy Lance, which could be fun. As a backup weapon for like Geralt or something if he ever gets in. And attack def solo could be nice fodder for bridging other skills, but definitely the least enticing of the units here. So I think colorless red-green is our order. And we got all of those. Almost tempting to pull the full wheel. If I wasn't saving for a Hero Rises, I might even do that. But let's see if we can pull a Myrrh. No, just a Lachesis. Sad. Spring sadness. For weekly revival 44 and 13, I have everyone on this banner, but I am missing Brave Micaiah, so we're gonna go for her. On this one, I kind of want to get Celica so that I could fodder her for Deathblow 4 on Reinhardt. And then I think Veronica as backup, maybe. Windfire Bomb fodder wouldn't be bad to have for future healer projects or anything. Ephraim has Armor March and Special Fighter, which aren't bad, but not the most important fodder for me right now. So I think red on this banner, green on this one. So we'll start with this one. Try and get us a Deathblow 4 fodder just for Reinhardt. Even if I don't use him as much, he's still pretty solid to have. So I should probably invest in him a little more. But instead we just got Ares. Not helpful. Not helpful, Mr. Ares. Not even a 4-star one. And on this one, gonna pull this. Try and get Micaiah. Try and get that nice armor effectiveness. But instead we just got a Libra, Joy. Also 3-star, also not helpful. That's unfortunate. Oh well. For this month's Legendary Hero Remix, we have Azura. And a lot of people were not happy with her Refine. I don't think it's that bad. And I think Azura did not need a Refine that desperately compared to a lot of other units. Because Grey Waves is still just bonkers. Prayer Wheel is still pretty good. And her Refine, if I'm remembering correctly, it gives a speed boost and a Triangle Adept. Most Azuras that I see run Triangle Adept in the A slot anyway, so it just frees up the A slot for something else. And that also frees up the C or Seal slot or B slot if you're running one of those dance skills that you would normally dedicate to running a boost to trigger a Prayer Wheel. So it doesn't seem that bad, honestly. It's not the most amazing effect, but she didn't need an amazing effect. She's got Grey Waves, like that's already an amazing effect. So I think Azura is fine. With that said, I don't really need an extra copy of her. She wouldn't be bad though, because I mean, attack speed push 4 is still easy fodder. And she's sharing with Erica, who's actually pretty good. I wouldn't mind her for Byleth. And we also have Marth, who I'd also kind of like for Byleth, though I can get him with Divine Codes. It'll take a while, so still wouldn't mind to pull a copy of him. Ike, though, is not as exciting. Joint Drive Res is just not the most exciting fodder skill. Gunthra has Attack Res Solo, kind of similar deal. And Gatekeeper's fodder he's got a good variety, but it's kind of not a ton of units use it super well. I wouldn't mind having an extra, but don't have any immediate uses for it at the moment. I guess I could put Close Reversal on like Alphonse, that'd be funny, but he doesn't need it. And for colorless, we have Alm, who does not have a Refine yet. And we have Marianne, who's also got good fodder. I kind of want to pull colorless, honestly. I think I'm leaning towards colorless, then blue, then red, then green. So we're gonna try for one colorless. Cool. We'll just take this, try and get a well, we're gonna get nothing. Got an Emerin. Absolutely worthless, thanks. Oh well, I'm not super invested in any of these units too much beyond fodder, so it's fine. For this rerun of Familial Festivities, I think we should go for Duo Iden, just off of being a duo. I also wouldn't mind getting Fur, because she can run funny wind sweep build, which is always just funny. But I do slightly lean towards Iden. I do have an extra Gustav, so I could give her like near save and let enemies crash into her. But either of them would be great. And then blue would be our third choice, since we have 2 blues color sharing there. But yeah, red, green, then blue. And we got 1 red, so that's what we'll go with. Try and get us that nice duo. Oh, not a duo, but we did get Banana Nand once again here with plus speed this time. I still have one that I haven't foddered yet because I don't have any flyers at the moment who can use guard bearing and sturdy impact. But still not bad fodder to have, I guess. Not really interested in keeping her around, so just gonna save her, I guess, until they release another flyer that I want to build. For heroes with oath skills, I think this is actually the only 3 heroes that have oath skills in the standard pool. So I suppose this lineup is not terribly surprising. Although it is a pretty solid one, we've got some good stuff here. Ike is still a very strong unit. Luis has a dual rally, a rainbow, and attack speed ideal as well. And Asbel has Fury 4 and Null Follow-Up. I think all their other skills are probably more interesting than the Oath skills themselves. But still a cool lineup. We're going to go for Ike since we don't have him. But backup I think would be Asbel and then Luis as our third choice. But we got some red, so let's go ahead and just grab one of these. Try for that free Ike. Come on, give us Angry Ike. Oh, well, it's not Ike, but we did get a fallen angry unit. We got Angry Celica. Just slightly, a smidge less exciting in terms of fodder with her chill speed and Hone Attack 3. Wow, I forgot they were still giving Hone Attack 3 at that point. Probably just a merge, though I don't ever use my Fallen Celica because I already have a Brave Celica who's just way more useful. But still, free 4-star special. Cool to see, just wish it was one that I was a little more excited about. Next up we have this month's New Heroes banner with Ascended Marita and the Thracia gang. And this banner did not impress me that much. We've got another Demote Lance Flyer, which we get fairly often. And this one has Attack Def Form 3 as her 4-star skill, which is actually a really good skill in the seal slot. Personally, I don't like form skills in the A slot. They're just better options. But they're actually really useful as seals. But as a result, I'm not sure who I would really use Attack Def Form 3 on. I guess it's not a terrible budget skill, but I feel like there's still usually a better option. And her lance is a lance version of Groom Zealot's Candelabra weapon from last year's Bridal Banner. Pretty cool support weapon, but again, I feel like there's usually just probably a better option. And then we've got August, pretty solid infantry healer. He's got some nice fodder with Recovery, Fire Flood Balm, Nudge. Nudge is probably the least useful of the healer movement assists, but I'm sure that you could still find some kind of use for it. And Def Resbond 4, not as good as a Unity skill, but still not terrible, I would say. And his staff is interesting. It's another one of those ally support weapons. But I think this is actually the first effect that triggers when you actually lose a unit, which is interesting because so much of the content encourages you to not lose any units. Things like Abyssal maps, you can't lose any units, and in like Arena or AR, where you're trying to go for max score, you usually just reset if you lose a unit. So that's kind of interesting, but I could see it having some use in like Summoner duels where you still keep going even after losing a unit. So, interesting option there. And since he already drops special cooldown count -2, you could probably like double up on that and run like infantry pulse or something. If you can finagle his HP to be higher than the ally support. So there's interesting potential there. Interesting unit. Next we have Galsa, who does not have a pref. He has a rain sword, not the most exciting thing. Not a bad weapon, but not terribly exciting for a 5-star. But he does have Surge Sparrow and Null Follow-Up, which is a pretty nifty combo. Null Follow-Up, always in demand. Surge Sparrow, pretty solid. I don't have anyone who needs that combo right now, but it's certainly not a bad combo to have on hand. And then finally we have Marita, who has Spurn, which is a similarly pretty useful skill to have, though I actually have several copies that I am not using right now. And she has Attack Speed Solo 4 and Even Tempest, which are nice throw-in skills, but I definitely go for the Spurn here. And she also has Vital Astra, which is a speed-based special, which also has damage reduction, only up to 30% compared to Spurn and the other damage reduction B slots that hit up to like 40%. But what's interesting is, apparently this is inheritable, which makes it our first ever inheritable speed-based special. So I really actually want this for Byleth. I think it's funny. I could run it with like that plus Spurn or that plus Lull. He could run like Surge Sparrow. I don't know, there's interesting potential there. It does require you to have your special up already at the start of combat, so something like Time Pulse would probably be a better C slot for Byleth in that case. And it also makes like Special Spiral pretty viable as well if you don't want to double up on your damage reduction and just want the consistency. If I'm understanding this correctly. So it does have some conditions, but it still seems pretty worthwhile if you can actually get it to work reliably. So even before seeing that as inheritable, we were going to go for red, but that just makes pulling red a lot more enticing. We'd also get an Ascendant Flurry from her. I'm honestly tempted to just spark a copy if we don't get her. But I have a Hero Rises coming up, and I do need to save. I am right back at 700, so just in time for the 700 Orb Curse to strike again. But I'm actually tempted. This does last for a while, so maybe if we don't get her here, and I'm satisfied with what we pull in a Hero Rises, maybe we'll come back for this. But we're going to definitely go for red. Colorless is our backup. I think maybe I should even pull any reds that pop up here, because that's just pretty useful. And even the other 5-star on red wouldn't be terrible as a pickup by any means. We got a Wings of Mercy as our first pull, which is always helpful, always appreciated. Thank you, Wings of Mercy fodder. Kane. His name is Kane. And we got a Marth. Not helpful. Not nearly as helpful as that Wings of Mercy, but yeah, red is just looking very tempting on this banner. Very useful. I really want that special for Byleth. I wish Ruptured Sky was as good as that, because I love Ruptured Sky, like the name, but that skill is just way better. This just seems like a way more useful skill, honestly, since I'm already speed stacking Byleth anyway. Neliana, not helpful. 2 red mages. 2 swords, 2 red mages. None of those are helpful right now. And we just keep getting wheels with 2 reds. Come on, give us that Marita. Well, not a Marita, but we did get a Fury Fodder, which is actually kind of helpful. I think I was out of that. Come on. Nope. Sylvia's not helpful. Though I have at least considered plus 10ing her because I think Gale Force Dancers are really fun. And there's no reds on this wheel, which is very unfortunate. Elena, not helpful. It's funny how that one skill just made me a lot more interested in this banner. I'm tempted to keep going, but a hero rises, I've got to save. Drog, that's unfortunate. Nothing great here. But we'll come back. But we can wait on this, I guess. This week's weekly revivals are 14 and 3. For 14, I think we'll go Takumi just for that close counter fodder. Always nice to have, even if it has like upgraded versions now that might be more preferable. Still not bad to have. And for weekly revival 3, I'm going to go for Micaiah yet again. I still have not gotten a single Micaiah version. I'd like to get her eventually just because that dual effectiveness is nice. So we'll start with Takumi. Try and get him off of this top colorless orb here. Come on, Tuck. Come on, Tuck. No, ooh, a flame. Yo, that's better. That's technically better. That's my second flame. I could run silly double flame damage reduction builds. I don't know that I want to do that. Rescue is great, as is Deluge Bomb. Dazzling Staff is also good, but I've got other stuff, so I'd probably just take Rescue and Deluge Bomb. And you can't get that and the other stuff. But I might just merge because I actually really like Flame. Again, I know I could run silly double damage reduction build, but I just don't like running duplicates of the exact same version of the same character. It's just not interesting to me. Like, I could start working on like a second plus 10 male Byleth, but it doesn't interest me. I could do the same thing with Corrin. I could run 3 of the exact same normal male Corrin, but it's boring to me. So I'll probably either merge or fodder her. I'm not sure which, but I'm leaning towards the merge, even though that fodder is really good, just because I like Flame. I like the funny fish girl, you know? So that is a very great pull there. I wouldn't mind even plus 10ing Flame eventually. Her or Bridal Fjorm would be fantastic flying healers to have plus 10, because I like both of them a lot. That would be a far, far distant future thing when she's actually on weekly revivals. But now we'll go blue for, well, I was gonna say we'll go blue for Micaiah, but she's still avoiding me. We'll go for colorless again for Veronica, I suppose. Could still fodder her. But instead we just got Elena. 2 healers. One of them great, one of them less so. Very big save time. We've got heroes with null follow-up, and we desperately need to save. So even though null follow-up is great, can't afford to pull even for our angry Corn. Not that I use him that much, so honestly, even though I'm going to pull for him with our freebie, if we don't get anything, not at the end of the world. Also, I probably should go for Nyx because I don't actually have her yet, but I still just like Corrin more. I could go green for Dick, but I don't know that I feel like looking at green orbs right now, honestly, so we'll just open this one here and try and get a Corrin for free. Get us a merge on the boy. Oh, not a Corrin, but we got an Ephany. That's interesting, I guess. No one really uses Wrath nowadays. I don't have anyone who would really want Wrath nowadays, but still cool, I guess, to get a free one. Plus speed. She might actually like to be plus speed, not that I ever use her either. But yeah, if I were going to plus 10 a Corrin, I'd probably go with Adrift over Fallen Corrin. Just because I like the Adrift one a little more. He's a little less sad. For this bound hero battle, we have Gwen, Melody, and Aiden. I've got everyone except Guinevere here, so I think we're gonna go for her. I maybe I'd keep her. I could also fodder her, but She might not be bad to have. She does have that nice effective against magic and all these other effects. Meanwhile, Sakura's kitty paddle still can't be refined, and the only thing it really has going for it is effective against magic. I guess it's also got dagger debuffs, but I don't think that one even has the full dagger 7, which is sad. But she's a pretty good magic tank, so she could still be useful, but she's also got pretty nice fodder, so I don't know. But we're going to go blue for her anyway. Well, you sure have a sense of humor, huh? We'll go for Ida, and then, though I don't really want her, I've already got a copy of her, and I think I have an extra copy for fodder too. Though I still would have preferred her to a fur, honestly. Fur is not helpful in the slightest, no thank you. Next up we have weekly revivals 45 and 15. I have, I think, all of these. Yeah, all of these. So, actually, what does Alm have? Nothing that impressive. I was going to say I might use this as just an excuse to pull blue. But, like, Alm doesn't have anything I really want. But I also like using him for, like, limited hero battles. And getting a merge wouldn't be bad. I already have an extra Berkut. So, yeah, I guess I'd rather do that. But I think I'll pull blue on this one. I don't really need any of these. Deathblow. Already have lots of Kleins. So Sparrow is common now. And Bold Fighter is probably the most premium. So yeah, we'll go red and then blue. Well, the game decided to just allow me to pull blue. They gave me an excuse. Come on, give me an Azura. Nope, instead we actually got Berkut. Alright, cool. Not my most wanted, but cool. Maybe he'll end up with a really cool refine that'll make him more valuable. Or I'll just save him for warding stance fodder that I'll never actually use because no one really needs warding stance when we've got the dual stance skills. But next up we have this, and we will just pull this blue here. Come on, Azura! Azura! Nah. Benny's not bad. Benny is not bad. He's got his cute little birds. Not a bad pull. Not my favorite, but not bad. Rather see him than, like, Effie. Oh, he has bracing stance. I forgot. Not bad chain inheritance fodder either. Cool. Next we have Regal Rabbits, which, being honest with you, I forgot, I kind of forgot this banner existed, even though Veronica's in the shop, the code shop, like, this month. I forgot this one, and I forgot the fodder, and looking at them, yeah, I get why. So Sparrow's on Luthier now, so it's a common skill. Disarm Trap is cool, but it's pretty niche, Aether Raids only. Marissa has Link, and I guess Flyer Guidance actually kind of cool, but I think we have that somewhere on like a Grail unit or something, probably. Bruno has Ovoid Staff. You know, that's not terrible, I guess. Just passive healing. It would let you attack and heal on the same turn, but I feel like if you're going to try and do attacks, there are just way better staffs to run anyway, so And then we have Princess Veronica, who has green dual flying, but only the 3rd tier version. And she's got this fancy egg. Did that one get a refine yet? I don't remember. Like I said, this banner just disappeared out of my memory. But we're going to go for Veronica, I guess. Bruno is backup. Then Paula, then Marissa. But we're just going to pull 1 green. Cool. Just need that 1 green for the free pull. Yeah, this banner, it's a bit sad. I remember the original spring banner with Spring Xander much better than I remember this one. That's probably because I actually like Xander. I like Camilla. I like Lucina. I used to like Crom before his legendary made me want to pull out all my hair. But then I'd be a bald angel, and that'd be a very scary sight. So that's why I remember that banner. But this one, just gone out of my memory. Yo, it's our boy Dedue. We have the Voting Gauntlet banner for this month. Well, the first one, which has Dedue. which is awesome. Always love to see him. I really want a +10 to do. Please put him in the Grail pool. Please give me an armored melee to do in the Grail pool. I want one so badly. If we don't have one by the time he drops into the 4-star special pool, we might actually chase Dedue merges, but that'll probably be a good while from now, so we'll have to make Dedue without. But then we also have this banner, part 2 of the voting gauntlet, a little less exciting. No super modern armor that's super premium or anything. We have Amelia, but she's still a 4-star special, kind of like Kjell over here, who I don't want, but we'll still pull green because she is the most enticing of the banner. So we're going to pull green on both of these. Come on, Dedue. Oh, no, no Dedue. No Dedue. This is a tragedy. A tragedy of the highest order. I guess we'll pull blue. Not for kill, though, just because it might give us like an Azura or something. Oh, not an Azura, but we got a Petra. That's pretty nifty. That's my second Petra. I could merge, or I think she has ground orders, which is pretty good fodder just to have on hand. You have ground orders, right? Yes, Miss Petra has ground orders. But I might merge just because I like Petra. She's cool. She is having the coolness. And then we have this one. I guess we'll go green again. Try and get another Amelia. Try and get an Amelia. What have we got? Oh, no, we got Big Sis. Not bad. Not bad. Not the worst thing we could pull from green. Where is her Resplendent? I mean, like, I probably won't be able to get it anyway, but I'd still like her to get one. I'd rather get a Resplendent Camilla than another Camilla alt. Like, she's fine on alts for now. I know her last one was a little bit ago, not counting her being the secondary character on Pirate Hinoka's duo, but her last like real alt was a while ago, but I'd still just rather have a Resplendent for her original, honestly. Oh boy, another spring banner that I barely remembered. This one, similarly, not too excited about any of the picks. I do love Alphonse, of course. We just built his Valentine's version, but because we built his Valentine's version, I don't really feel that invested in trying to get his spring version, who I would not have much use for. Sharena, I think, would be slightly more exciting. I still wish she had gotten a Valentine's alt, and I'm hoping that eventually she gets some kind of accessible alt that I could maybe consider building, but this is not accessible enough for me to want to invest in. And I don't remember what a refine was, but I doubt it was that exciting if I didn't remember it. And I haven't seen her running around in 8th raids or anything on defense. Similar for Katria, not super invested in her. And then Kagero, kind of similar thing, not too excited for her. Although, I guess throwing carrots at people is kind of funny. I'm actually almost more tempted to pull on this one based off the potential 4-star special hero summon rate. In which case, maybe blue would be funny because I'm actually more interested in a Spring Xander than any of these. Though I think we'll go green. I also wouldn't mind a Spring Camilla, so getting Alphonse or Sharena could be all right. Yeah, we'll just pull this one green. Try and get them. Instead, we got a Racing. Woo boy. Well, you know what? Spring is stereotypically rabbits, but I guess a big oversized chicken fits the bill too, right? And finally, to end off this month, we have Legendary Hero Nana. This banner, not the most exciting for me. Nana looks solid enough, though, in terms of fodder. Old stuff, nothing new. Her sword and special skill do look pretty cool, though. But not too excited. Sigurd is here, too, and he's pretty solid. Wouldn't mind getting him, I guess. Kind of same for Lilina, though. Really, none of them have fodder that I'm, like, desperate for. Pulse Smoke is actually pretty good. Fatal Smoke is good. And then attack speed push and attack speed menace are both great, but it's nothing that I'm like, oh wow, I desperately need to spend orbs on this, you know? For blue, we have Life and Death 4 and Time Pulse, actually pretty good. Oh, and she has Deadeye too, I forgot that. Dragon Wall could be funny on Papa Garen. I can get that from Divine Codes eventually. And then Chrom, always the thorn in my side. But after pulling on the Hero Rises banner, I think I maybe almost actually have enough greens to counter him. Maybe. Could still maybe use a few more, but that's a good thing because I do desperately need to start stocking up strong blues to counter his Valentine's version. Very fun. On that note, actually, my Valentine's Alphonse is actually surprisingly a really good counter for Chrom, despite the armor advantage that he has. My Alphonse counters him pretty well. I'm sure there's some Chrom build that actually beats my Alphonse, but I haven't had any trouble with him so far, so that's actually really nice. Not something that I was expecting at all when I built Alphonse. I figured that he'd just auto lose to Chrom due to that weapon effectiveness. But no, he's actually really helped because I always have a hard time predicting when he's going to charge at us to change fate. So having Alphonse in the back just swoop in and save us is very helpful. But wouldn't mind getting Chrom. Green is looking pretty... We got Thraseer, who I already have an extra copy of if I want Panic Smoke and Flashing Blade. Celica has Swift Sparrow 3, and that's really about it because I don't think Oath skills are amazing. And then Rennick I actually just got going for the A Hero Rises banner, so don't need an extra of him. Even the one that I got, I don't really know what to do with, so there's that. And then colorless, we have Ash, who has Attack Def Unity and Lol Attack Def. Pretty solid combo. And Mother Milla here with her bracing stance, which would be pretty cool, but I actually went out of my way to get a copy for Garen, and now he doesn't use it anymore because his A slot needs to be replaced because the guard effect is redundant due to his new weapon. So that was sad, but we got like a good year of use out of Garen, so I think it's probably worth the investment. But so as a result, I don't really need more Millas. And then finally we have Wolf. Life and Death 4 and Panic Smoke isn't terrible, but not something, again, that I'm really clamoring for. Nothing on this banner is just like, ooh, gotta have it. So I think in order I'd prefer to take a red, then maybe a blue, then a colorless, and then green is by far the least exciting on this banner. Kind of a relief that I'm not trying to chase green after last time. But we're just going to go ahead and throw down one red because I don't desperately need anything here. Although, I'll admit I'm kind of still tempted to spark Marita here so that Byleth can get that fancy new special, the Vital Astra. So I might consider that. Not sure, but that won't be on this. So maybe after we see the next banner, I'll decide if I want to come and throw some orbs at that. But we will try and get one red here to end our free summons for the month. Come on, give us something really cool. No. Kata. I said really cool, not this. Sad. But that's fine. Not the best month that we've ever had for free summons, but it wasn't terrible. We got the Flame, we got the Petra. Could have been worse. So, yeah, not too bad. We are slowly recovering from our little spending spree that we did during A Hero Rises. So with the start of the next month, we should be able to jump back up and maybe have orbs to throw at this banner. But we will see. Anyway, thank you as always so much for watching and joining me for another round of free summons. And also this video is a little bit late, like a day or two late, because I have been working on some fancy new channel assets. Hopefully those are actually up by the time that this video goes up. So that has been a big project that I've been working on, and I like how they turned out. And I couldn't put this on April Fools because I already had another video that I had to put up on that day, so these got pushed back a bit. Speaking of which, If you haven't already, you could go check out that April Fool's video. It's realistically, it's not a good April Fool's video. I think it's only funny to me. It's really only funny to me. It's objectively not funny. I just found the idea of Brandon staring at the camera while eating lemons just very humorous for some reason, and I decided to upload that. But if for whatever reason that sounds funny to you as well, go seek help because your sense of humor is broken. But you can also check out that video. I had fun with that. Probably not a good idea to eat a bunch of lemons right before my dental appointment, but c'est la vie. And I also did little drawings for that thumbnail too. I've been doing a lot of drawings this month. My hand kind of hurts. But that's why this and the legendary hero battle that I haven't done yet will be a little late. But anyway, best of luck to you guys pulling on this or any of the other current or upcoming banners. I hope you get some fabulous, fantastic freebies as well. And until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon signing out.